All right, boys and girls. Sorry I'm a little late, but I've been out all day making deliveries, and it was really good to see all of you for the ones that I saw. All right. So, chapter 8 is called The Green Thread. Something caught my eye. I looked closely at the collar. I carefully pulled off a green thread. "What's that?" Kim asked. I held the thread between my fingers. This, my friends, is a clue. The dog napper may have been wearing green. It was almost time for dinner. I walked my friends to the door. "See you, Jigsaw," Ralphie said. As they started down the walk, I called out to them. "Hey guys," I said. "Listen, thanks. Thanks a lot." Grams was right. I was moping when I should have been hoping. Great detectives don't solve mysteries by lying around. They work, they examine clues, they visit the scene of the crime. They keep trying until the case is solved. I ran to my bedroom and pulled out my journal. I listed the clues. Then I tried to think of suspects. I wrote down 2. Number 1, Mr. Signorelli. Number 2, the mystery girl. Mr. Signorelli seemed nice enough. There was nothing about him that told me he was a dog napper. I remembered that his coat wasn't green, but the scarf. It may have been green or blue. I closed my eyes and tried to remember. What color was it? Could he have stolen Rags? Mr. Signorelli was lonely. I knew that much. He probably would have loved to have a dog to keep him company. I mean, a dog sure beats a lousy bunch of squirrels. Maybe he lied about seeing the girl. I just couldn't be absolutely positive. I telephoned Mila. She said Mr. Signorelli's scarf was red and yellow. It couldn't have been Mr. Signorelli, she argued. We saw him in the park when Rags disappeared. He was alone. Maybe, I said, but anything is possible, and everyone's a suspect. I mean, how much do we really know about that guy? I'm going to have another chat with Mr. Signorelli tomorrow. Mila paused on the phone. I've been thinking about the girl with the pretzels, she said. Rags likes pretzels, right? Rags loves pretzels, I answered. Would Rags maybe follow someone if they gave him pretzels? He might, I said. We've got to find that girl, Mila concluded. If Mr. Signorelli saw her in the park, maybe somebody else did too. That's a big if, I replied. I reminded her that Mr. Signorelli's eyesight wasn't very good. We reviewed the facts of the case. I told Mila about climbing the hill and going down to the lake. I told her about the man on the rock and the mother and baby feeding bread to the ducks. Anything else? Mila asked. Oh, yeah, I said. There were some teenagers. One of them was Ralphie's neighbor, Carrie Bartholomew, but none of them saw anything. Were any of them wearing green? Mila asked. I pictured the teenagers in my mind. Yes, I answered. Carrie Bartholomew had short black hair and a green wool jacket. All right, so tomorrow's chapter is called The Mystery Girl. All right, boys and girls. So, you know what I'm going to... Oh, sorry. Got to read a poem. This one's called A Monster's Lot is Merry. A monster's lot is merry in the melancholy swamp. Here I'm free to be offensive, free to frolic, free to romp. What a lark it is to muddle in the middle of the murk, making nauseating noises, driving birds a bit berserk. There is nothing quite so pleasant as a solitary trudge through the wretched desolation of the pestilential sludge. How divine to wade and wallow, and I find I never tire of distressing little fishes as I dive beneath the mire. It's despicably delicious to disport about the bogs, making disconcerting faces, discombobulating frogs. I consider as I slither through an endless sea of slime that a monster's lot is merry, so I'm merry all the time. All right. That one was kind of different. You heard lots of strange words in that one. All right. So it is time for you to grab your crayon and to see how you did today with your work. So I'm going to start with math first. All right, so on the very front page, all of you found something different to measure. However, all of you should have circled more inches, okay? On the next page, 712, number 1, I don't know what you measured, but I hope you circled more feet. Number 2, same thing, don't know what you measured, but I hope you circled more inches. On page 713, number 3, I don't know what you measured, but I hope you circled fewer feet. Number 4, don't know what you measured, but I hope you circled fewer yards. At the bottom, number 5, I hope you wrote in 2 inches, and then I hope that you circled or wrote in ruler. All right, number 6, I hope that you circled 2 feet, and then I hope you wrote in, well, actually you could have wrote in both. You could have wrote in ruler, because rulers measure feet, or you could have written in yardstick, because there are feet on a yardstick. Now, I'll tell you which one I would have written. I would have written the yardstick, because that object was bigger than a ruler. So I would have used the yardstick. All right, on page 714, I can't answer 8 because everybody's would be different. So, but number 9, I hope you wrote, I should be looking at the book, shouldn't I? I wrote my notes down, but I can't remember what it said. So give me 1 second. All right, so here we go. Number 9. Oh, yes. It was about Andrew wanting to measure a football field. So I hope you wrote that he should measure the football field in yards. Now, why? You think about a football field. A football field is not small. It's very long. So that's the reason why, is because a football field is very long. Okay. Number 10, your answer was C. And number 11, your answer was C. All right. For your reading today, where you read Elena and the Kites and Marco and the Books. So the answer to number 1 was B. Number 2 was D. Number 3 was C. Number 4 was B. Number 5 was B. Number 6 was D. Number 7, I hope you restated, and I hope you said this. Marco is happy at the end of the story, that was the question, because he helped the library and had books. Because there were 2 reasons why he was happy. I wonder how many of you wrote both of them. He not only helped the library, but it said there that he had books that made him happy. So those of you that wrote both, good for you. Number 8, I hope you wrote this. Marco's class is selling books, okay, that was the restate, to raise money for the library. And then it said to describe what they were, how they were, raising, or what they were using, or to describe the reason why they were, raising money. And I said, the book sale will help the library. So anyways, however you did that. Hope you did good today. All right, boys and girls, we will see you tomorrow. And remember, if you can Zoom tomorrow, we're all going to Zoom together at the same time at 11 o'clock. All right, see you tomorrow. Goodbye.